Throughout comp, I've learned many lessons such as how to avoid run-ons, organize my papers, and overall write better. Not only do I believe that my writing abilities have become much stronger, but I've also taken many lessons with me throughout the multiple stories we have read. The three stories that have had the biggest impact on me are Where Are You Going, Where Have You Been, Hamlet, and A Good Man Is Hard to Find. In Where Are You Going, Where Have You Been by Joyce Carol Oates, I read about a young girl who struggles with being her true self. Connie, the young girl, was said to have two sides to her, one for home and one not for home. I could easily relate to this, especially back in junior high and early high school. The biggest lesson I took from this story is to always be your true self no matter the situation. Luckily for me, I've always been surrounded by friends that loved me for who I was and didn't make me feel that I had to dress or act a certain way. With their support, I can say that I have grown to be a real and independent person, just like they all are. In Hamlet by Shakespeare, one of the many things Hamlet was into was plotting to avenge his father's death. He became so absorbed in his plan to kill Claudius, his father's murderer and brother, he eventually ended up killing the wrong man. His obsession of planning the scenarios in his head set his expectations way too high and messed him up. I can easily relate this to my softball career. Whenever I begin to not hit or pitch my best, it's normally because I'm in my head and overthinking all of the different possible scenarios that could occur. My coach's favorite phrase to use on me is to stop overthinking and get out of your head, but this typically doesn't work. However, after reading Hamlet, I have realized the importance of not getting too absorbed in what's going on around me and to just live in the moment. Lastly, one of the most important lessons I have learned comes from the story A Good Man Is Hard to Find by Flannery O'Connor. In O'Connor's short story, she highlights the grandmother's discovery of true faith. However, the grandmother makes the mistake of thinking that her moral qualities are self-evident. The misfit who is in charge of killing the grandmother says at the end of the story, she would have been a good woman if it had been somebody there to shoot her every minute of her life. The lesson then comes from this quote: "The kindness and faith you show should not only come out during times of trouble and despair, rather you should exude these qualities every minute of your life." While these are just three of the many lessons I've learned throughout the stories we've read in comp, I believe that they are the most relatable and important ones. It's always important to stay true to yourself, to not overthink no matter what you are doing, and to always portray kindness and faith in your everyday activities. I know that as I continue to grow and go through different phases of life, I will carry these lessons with me and remember where I got them from.